Protesters across the country have been showing up to Tesla dealerships and showrooms, unhappy with Elon Musk and the government cuts made through the Department of Government Efficiency.
Since January, CBS News has identified at least 32 vandalism incidents across 16 states, impacting Tesla cars, charging stations, or dealerships.
Once the dominant force in electric vehicles, Tesla is now in a downward spiral. Sales are declining, the stock is crashing, and backlash is erupting on all sides. Even though Elon Musk foresaw the storm ahead, he couldn't steer clear of it.
Interest rates. But the biggest shocker on Wall Street is Tesla. The electric car maker missing earnings and revenue expectations for the first quarter of 2025. In fact, Tesla reporting a 71% drop in profits while its automotive revenue fell by 20%.
With mounting political pressure, rising competition, and worldwide protests, is Tesla about to become history? Stay tuned. Since Trump's return to the White House, Tesla's stock has lost almost 50% of its value, while the company's profits have dipped more than 70%.
Like you said, this is significant. Tesla profits dropping 71% in the first quarter. That is not good. You have total revenue decreasing 9% from 1 year earlier to $19.3 billion. And as you said, automotive revenue dropping.
Investors who were once fiercely loyal to Elon Musk are starting to panic, with others reportedly pulling out their money completely. So, what could be the primary reason behind this crash? It turns out that one of the biggest reasons is the company's shrinking market value. At its peak, Tesla was worth more than some of the biggest car makers in the world combined. However, that success was built more on high hopes than on solid results. Now, things are falling apart, and that hope is getting more bleak. Investors no longer see Tesla as the undisputed leader in the electric vehicle world. Instead, they see a company that is losing its grip and struggling to stay ahead in a much tougher market. In fact, some have gone to the extent of even calling for the resignation of Elon Musk, as they perceive him to be the weak link.
And, that's why I'm going to say it. I think Tesla needs a new CEO. And I decided today I was going to start saying it. And so this is the first show that I'm saying it on. It's time for somebody to run Tesla. The business has been neglected for too long.
But here's the catch. The drop in stock prices is only a tip of the iceberg. Tesla's real problem is that it's losing customers, and doing so rapidly. A company can survive a falling stock if it keeps selling cars. What it cannot survive is customers walking away, and that is exactly what's happening. Tesla's sales are falling fast. Case in point, in China, once Tesla's most profitable market, sales have plunged. Local companies like BYD and NIO are now leading the electric vehicle race. The Chinese government, which a few years ago used to roll out the red carpet for Tesla, is now formulating and implementing policies aimed at supporting homegrown brands. And that's not all. Tesla's sales are collapsing in Europe too.
We have seen shares drop 33% so far this year, and yet there's a rally now, even though we're seeing, I believe that they are short on earnings 34%.
Buyers who once thought Tesla was the best choice now have many new options. This is because companies like Volkswagen, Hyundai, and Mercedes-Benz are now making EVs that match, and in some instances even surpass Tesla in both quality and price. The company is practically finding it harder and harder to stand out in a market that no longer belongs to just them. Back at home, the situation is not much better. Rising interest rates and the withdrawal of federal incentives are making people think twice about buying a Tesla. The company's price cuts, which used to boost sales, are not working like they used to. Instead, they're making Tesla look like a brand that is struggling to hold its value, and that is hurting its image even more.
Tesla missed on the top and the bottom, so on revenue and profit from what analysts were expecting, what Wall Street was expecting, and they were actually 20% lower when it comes to automotive revenue.
After all, why would customers pay a premium for a Tesla when they can get a car from a competitor that offers the same or even better quality? In fact, the situation is so dire that a JP Morgan analyst was quoted saying, "We struggle to think of anything analogous in the history of the automotive industry in which a brand has lost so much value so quickly." Now, it is coming to light that people so close to Musk are also jumping ship.
Tesla board members are selling off their shares. According to filings with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, 4 top officers at the company have offloaded a total of over $100 million in shares since early February.
For example, his own brother, Kimball Musk, has sold off 75,000 shares valued at a whopping $27 million. Additionally, the company's chief financial officer has also done the same thing, offloading shares worth more than $5 million. Even longtime board members who were once strong believers in the company's future are cashing out before the Tesla ship sinks completely. One such person is the chairman of the board, who has offloaded more than $75 million worth of shares in less than 2 months. The message is clear. Even those closest to Musk no longer perceive it as a safe bet. However, if you thought that investors and staff members are the only ones showing great concern, you are wrong. Remember to subscribe to the channel and keep it here, as what is about to be revealed is a shocker. Elon Musk too is officially a man under siege. The very company he has built to the behemoth it is now facing a full-blown public revolt. Protests, boycotts, and chaos have become the order of the day. Charging stations are being vandalized, showrooms are being taken over, and mass boycotts are growing.
The countries say they're seeing an uptick of attacks on Tesla property since President Trump tapped its CEO, Elon Musk, to oversee the Department of Government Efficiency, which has recommended deep federal budget and job cuts. But authorities warn the vandalism will come with steep consequences.
Gradually, the backlash is spreading across cities worldwide.
17 vehicles were destroyed in a fire that broke out overnight at a Tesla dealership in Rome. In Ottawa, protesters were seen throwing pink paint on a Tesla showroom. In Berlin, 7 Tesla cars were burned down.
Even the Cybertruck, once seen as Tesla's next big thing, has become a lightning rod for controversy. Owners are getting harassed, their trucks vandalized, and fights are breaking out at charging stations. In addition to that, activists and former customers are organizing online campaigns aimed at pushing people to ditch their Teslas and boycott Musk's businesses. So much so that there's a website known as TeslaTakedown.com that is encouraging people to sell their Teslas, dump their stock, and join others in protest against Elon Musk and Tesla. This level of activism is something the car industry has never seen before. Tesla is not just fighting regulators or rivals. It is now facing a wave of anger from the very people who used to stand behind it. The thing is, Musk built Tesla on innovation, but now his ties to President Trump's administration are tearing it apart. He was once celebrated as the visionary who was changing the car industry and revolutionizing the EV ecosystem in the US and globally. Now, he's one of the most polarizing figures in business. His political support for Trump and his role in leading the Department of Government Efficiency have pushed away many of Tesla's longtime customers, leaving the company stuck in the middle of a growing political battle. Tesla's history shows it knows how to bounce back from tough times. For instance, back in 2008, the company was hanging on by a thread. The global financial crisis had hit hard, and the company was bleeding cash fast. At one point, it was just weeks away from running out of money. Elon Musk had to step in and pour much of his own fortune into the company just to keep it afloat. It was a desperate gamble, but it paid off and helped in stabilizing things. But this time, the challenges might be too big. The real question is whether the company can survive this storm and whether Elon Musk can turn things around before time runs out. Already, there are reports that Musk is mulling over leaving his role in the government and focusing on Tesla.
To Elon Musk saying he will spend significantly less time in Washington and step back from his work with Doge, as Tesla reported a more than 70% decline in profit for the first 3 months of the year. Our senior political correspondent Rachel Scott.
Now, all that is left is to see whether this move will help to calm things down or whether the damage is already done. Let us know your thoughts and see you in the next one.